name of the tour 21 days named as Move on Still. So, you be still all the time, at the same time allow the body and senses to move. You don't belong to the movement. You belong to the stillness. This state is worry-free state. This state is pain-free state. You are born to live this state. No compromise. That's what I call it, a silent revolution is going on. When I was a young man, I was also having the idea, if I earn more money in my job, I can be more happy. I thought that.
And Atma Nambi was born in Tamil Nadu, out in a small village on the countryside, close to the ocean. And he was born in a family that didn't put very much conditioning on him. So he was very free as a child. He was living in nature, sleeping under the stars and playing out in the rivers and the nature. And already as a child he was very open.
Then one day, my guru told me, do you think money will bring happiness to you? That question from my master, from my guru, really triggered something in me. I asked my master then what brings happiness? Please tell me, master. He said, definitely money cannot bring happiness.
He actually, already as a 10-year-old, he got his first teacher. His mom brought him to the temple, the priest, in that little town. So it was a Hindu temple. And he learned everything about worshipping. But one day he was asking the priest, does God exist?
He assured it. Then what? I asked him also, why then people keep on running and running, day and night? There are people who are working over night also, overworking, overtime working, double shift. One shift is 8 hours, double shift means 16 hours one has to work, double the time. Then why they do so? I asked my master. He said, it's thoroughly ignorance.
At this time, Atma Nambi had studied. He had studied at the university, and he got a job at a pharmaceutical company where he was became the first line manager of South India. His boss at this company taught him karma yoga, how to stay present in every action during the day. So that was a real blessing for him to have such a beautiful boss. And then when he was 38 years old, he was climbing up a mountain, and when he was meditating, closed his eyes, and there was this great pull that pulled him further and further inside. He actually could not open his eyes. It was such a strong pull, and he got different kinds of experiences, and it even was painful. And but he decided not to open his eyes. He wanted to go through this experience, and when that finished, he was enlightened, and so much love and peace arises within him.
Ignorance is another name for ego. Please understand very clearly. Ignorance of what? Ignorance of myself, ignorance of oneself is ego. Simple to understand ego.
A few months of wanting something more in my life, Atmaji came into the area and spoke to our group. When that happened, I felt a great presence in his being there. I had the experience of a higher state of consciousness in his presence, and I knew I was where I needed to be, in the company of someone who knew what he knew and knew how to tell us what he knew. I immediately recognized the sweet essence of that love that he offers, and I also understood the deep wisdom that he has. And he has not failed in any moment of expressing that higher presence of himself.
See, ego is equal to ignorance, ignorance is equal to suffering. For you, suffering is visible. For people like us, we see the ignorance level, or ego level, but they fail to understand their ignorance level. They fail to understand their ego level. Ego is a disease. Ignorance is disease. Suffering is a disease. The only medicine is meditation. The permanent way to get rid of the suffering is just to find oneself. Meditation is the way. Do something. Introduce meditation. Introduce this fact to them. If we do that, we can make the world a happier place.
Saraswati Namaha Saraswati 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 Namaha